How's it going, everyone? Theme Park Tracker here with a huge update on the new RMC Raptor coaster being built at Six Flags Magic Mountain. As you can tell from the thumbnail, yes, supports have arrived on site and are being staged with the yellow track and the parking overflow lots. There's a lot to unload in this update, so let's get started at DC Universe, where the walls have been extended out by Teen Titans Pizza Tower and out towards Batman the Ride. Batman is still open, but the walls now occupy up to the queue, which you'll see in a second. Previously, the walls only went around the corn shack and lemonade stand, allowing for Teen Titans Pizza to be open. I'm not sure if it's a part of the plans to keep the location or not, unless the track goes right over the restaurant. Then, I'm not sure why the walls had to be extended to closing the place, unless of course they plan on changing it once the new ride opens. I imagine the park wanted to keep this location open for as long as possible during the busy summer weeks. As you can see in the footage above the walls, they are doing some work on the building. There are so many possibilities to what they could do here, keeping it the same or retheming it to match the ride theme of the new coaster. Usually when the park opens a new attraction, they come out with brand new food offerings at the old locations. An example of this is when West Coast Racers opened. They converted 2 restaurants from their old locations. The Cold Stone locations became the Twin Charge Tacos, and the old Mexican restaurant that was closed well before West Coast Racers is the Chicken Coop now. So I really think this is going to change into something else. When the announcement comes around in the next few days, we should get a better look at the land changes they're going to make to DC Universe. How much of the land will be affected outside of the immediate area of the new coaster, entrance, and queue has yet to be seen. Now, before we look behind the walls, let's take a look at the bigger news. The red supports that just arrived at the park. At first glance, they look bright and vibrant like the yellow track behind it, but I do sense some disappointment in the color choices by some members of the theme park community, notable for 2 reasons. One of them being it matches the color scheme of the Wonder Woman single rail Raptor coaster at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. The other reason has to do with the yellow track in that it's going to sit right in front of Riddler's Revenge, which in 2017 received a repaint of yellow supports. The issue being brought up is the Raptor coaster may get lost in the sea of yellow supports by Riddler's Revenge. Honestly, I don't think the park had many options when it came to picking the color of this coaster. That area alone already sports 4 popular color choices for coasters, yellow and green for Riddlers, and black and blue for Batman. The most notable deviation from that assortment is the red supports. Anyways, going back to the supports that just arrived, they got a wide array of pieces ranging from multiple sizes. They got plenty of shorter supports, which would most likely be used for the station, brake runs, and when the coaster makes close encounters with the ground. The handful of larger supports that are on site could realistically be placed anywhere. This is just the beginning of support arrival, and we still might see tracks show up in the coming weeks because it doesn't look like all of it's arrived yet. We'll be sure to keep you updated on what's happening here with this lot. Moving back to the site, there is plenty of drilling still happening to get the footers into the ground. I was able to capture one of the drills in action, drilling for a few seconds at a time, and then raising up to drop the dirt it had accumulated from drilling. A truly fascinating process to the rapid construction they are doing to this site. Throughout the rest of the site, the footers have the concrete mold around them. You can tell from the rounded yellow molds around the rebar. It's actually insane how quick this is happening. Basically, once they pour the concrete into those molds, we could see supports go up in the coming weeks. It's moving that quickly. And as I said in the last video, compared to West Coast Racers, this progress is mind-blowing. The last topic I want to cover that I'm sure is on everyone's mind is what on earth is the theme for this coaster going to be? The final piece to the equation has been given to us, that is, the red supports. Now all we can do is speculate and wait until the rumored reveal date of August 16th for the answer to this whole project. Based on the color of the supports, the 3 biggest possible names for this ride would be Wonder Woman, The Flash, or Shazam. All 3 of them sporting outfits that match the color design of the track and supports, and having big budget movies that they recently released or on their way to releasing in the next year or 2. Theming the ride to one of these characters would be a positive marketing move for the park. Out of the 3, Shazam seems like the safest bet because of his upcoming movies, and he doesn't have a ride in the park yet. Sure, the park could retheme the 2 flat rides, The Flash and Wonder Woman, that were already present as they have done in the other parks, but initially they would be plastered with guests wondering, don't they already have a Wonder Woman ride and Flash ride? If the park were to retheme one of these rides, all it would take is new paint and a sign up front, relatively inexpensive. Let me know down in the comments below what you want to see the ride theme to now that we have a narrower field of DC characters to choose from, thanks to the arrival of the red supports. There's also the off chance they don't theme it to a DC character at all, despite being in DC Universe, as the park has done crazier things in the past. Anyways, that's all for this update. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to the channel for more updates on this new coaster being built at Six Flags Magic Mountain.